As we wrap up the semester, we really want a takeaway product for you. So this assignment, which is one of our final assignments, is really to synthesize not just what we've learned in this class, but what you might have learned in other classes. So we want you to create a professional website and a CV that you can use in your job search.
So we're asking you to create a professional website, and in the assignment we've given you suggestions on hosting services that you can use if you don't have one. If you already do have a website, it's fine to use it. Just make sure that you follow look at the grading rubric so you know our expectations. We're expecting a very professional website. Make sure it is librarian focused, and it's not just your personal website that you use to contain all your other information. It's fine to have other things on your website, but we do expect that you'll have some sort of introductory biography, that you put a picture or an image, and it's fine not to have one of yourself if you don't feel comfortable with that, but have some sort of image on there that reflects you as a potential librarian. Put a link to your CV, and make sure the CV is saved as a PDF. Also, have a gallery of your projects and put a link to these projects, perhaps a subject guide that you create in the class, or your tutorial, or your lesson plans, or anything else that you feel is appropriate, that if you're applying for a job as a librarian, that you would like the search committee to see your work. And definitely make sure that there are no grammar or spelling errors that might ding you when someone else looks at it.
We'd also like you to create a professional CV. CVs, or curriculum vitae, are quite different than a resume. They tend to be several pages long, detail your academic work, highlight your education and any research projects you've worked on. Please note that this is different than a curriculum vitae in England. In England, a curriculum vitae is an interchangeable word with resume, and we definitely want this to be an academic American CV. We do want to make sure that your CV includes your name, your contact information. We will accept, you not putting your real email address or telephone number if you don't want other people in the class to know that information. However, this is an opportunity to craft a CV that you could send out to various jobs. And so make sure that you have the space for that you can insert that.
And if you look at CVs online for examples, make sure that you don't follow the example of, especially a lot of international CVs, where they put on a great deal of personal information like your birth date or the number of children or who they're married to. These are all things that should not be on an American CV.
Right. When we ask for contact information, we're asking for your name, phone number, email address, maybe a fax machine, personal website. That should be the only contact information available. And we will let you, retract that for this particular class assignment, since you will be sharing it with your classmates. If you don't feel comfortable putting your real email address on there, you do not have to. Mm-hmm. We also suggest having an executive summary or an objective. This is just short and to the point of what type of job you're looking for or what skills you have to bring to the table. The CV should highlight your education and experience. It's very important. It should highlight relevant coursework at this point in your career. Experience tends to be very important in librarianship, but coursework could show that you have the aptitude to build that experience.
And then later on with your CV, as you gain more experience, you want to drop the relevant coursework because your experience will trump that.
Right. We also recommend having sections that are applicable to you. If you've taught courses before, done any sort of research before, participated in service organizations, those scholarly organizations, societies that we were talking about earlier, if you've received any awards, or if you have specific qualifications, you'll want to include sections that address those. For your CV, we do want you to post a PDF of your CV on the website that you send us. And we want you to post that CV to the discussion board.
And then finally, we want you to look at two of your peers, two of your colleagues, look at their CV and their website, and please provide feedback on them to the discussion board. And make sure you're providing constructive, positive feedback, that we want everyone to work together to improve the websites and the CVs, and to try to make it helpful.
Right, and this really is, we know that this is one of the last classes in your program, and we want to leave you with something that, is hopefully a constructive experience to make your job applications a smoother process.
If you apply for any sort of academic position, at either a community college level or at a research university, you will be required to submit a CV and not a resume.